Basic appraisal procedures, page 271. Appraisal review. The act or process of developing and communicating an opinion about the quality of another appraiser's work that was performed as part of an appraisal, appraisal review, or appraisal consulting assignment. Appraiser. One who is expected to perform valuation services competently and in a manner that is independent, impartial, and objective. Appraiser's peers. Other appraisers with expertise and competency in a similar type of assignment. Appreciation is the increase to the value of a property. Appropriative rights. Water rights allocated by government permit according to an appropriation system. It is not necessary to own property beside the body of water to apply for an appropriation permit. Compare littoral rights, riparian rights. Appurtenance. A right that goes with ownership of real property. It is usually transferred with the property, but may be sold separately. This is a legal term referring to both physical and non-physical appurtenances. Appurtenance, intangible, an appurtenant right that does not involve ownership of physical objects, for instance, easements. Arm's length transaction. A transaction that occurred under typical conditions in the marketplace, with each of the parties acting in their own best interest. As is clause. A provision in a purchase agreement stating that the buyer accepts the property in its present condition. Asking price. The price the seller sets for the property when it is first put on the market. Assemblage. The combining of two or more parcels of land into one larger parcel. See plottage. Assess value. The value established by a government agency for the purpose of real estate taxation. See value. Assess. Assessment. 1. A government's valuation of property for tax purposes. 2. A special tax, usually used to pay for community improvements. Assessment ratio. The ratio of a property's tax assessed value to its market value. Assessor. An official who determines the value of property for taxation. Assignment. A valuation service provided as a consequence of an agreement between an appraiser and a client. Assignment results. An appraiser's opinions and conclusions develop specific to an assignment. Assumption. That which is taken to be true. Attachment. 1. Things connected to the land, whether natural or man-made. Man-made attachments are called improvements. 2. Court-ordered seizure of property belonging to a defendant in a lawsuit, so it will be available to satisfy a judgment. In the case of real property, attachment creates a lien. Attachments. Natural. Things growing on a piece of land, such as trees, shrubs, or crops. Compare fixture. B. Balance. 1. A condition that exists in the real estate market when there are slightly more homes available than buyers. 2. The right mix of capital, entrepreneurship/management, labor, and land that results in best return on investment from land. Remember the acronym SELL. This determines land's highest and best use. Balloon, framing. A type of framing with long studs up the entire length of the house, from the foundation to the roof. no longer permitted as a construction method by most building codes. Balloon mortgage. A mortgage with a series of fixed payments that do not fully reduce the debt, and with one larger final payment, a balloon payment that pays off the debt in full. Balloon payment. A final payment at the end of a loan term, usually larger than the previous payments, that pays off the entire remaining balance of principal and interest not covered by scheduled payments during the loan term. Band of investment. An income capitalization technique that proportionately weights interest charges and yields with respect to each segment of the financing. Base companies. The main companies and industries that bring new business and jobs to the area. See economic base. Baselines. Main east-west lines designated and named throughout the country for use with the government survey system. Basis. An accounting procedure used to determine the capital gain or loss after the sale of a property. It is equal to purchase.